Hi, this is Steve Boone. I'm the director of the Cannabis program at Mosaic Insurance Alliance in Lynnwood, Washington. Mosaic is the largest independent broker of cannabis business in the Pacific Northwest. So we do work in the cannabis industry every day. And one of the questions I've received from clients is, hey, Steve, is my business interruption insurance going to cover me? Is it going to pay uh, for the downturn in my business that I'm experiencing due to the COVID-19 outbreak? In order to answer that question, let's go through a couple different steps. First of all, what is business interruption insurance? Business interruption insurance covers you for your lost profit and your fixed costs that you experience following a loss. So your business is shut down due to a fire. You've got a you're going to lose your profit. You've got fixed expenses. Maybe you've got lease payments, et cetera, that you have to continue to make. So that's what business interruption insurance is going to cover. Now it covers you if there's a covered cause of loss. And that's where things start to become a little bit muddled when it comes to figuring out how your insurance policy is going to pay in the event of a loss. The insurance companies at this point have all been saying that for one reason or another, the presence of the virus, the COVID-19 virus, and the actions by the government in response to that, the shutdown, are specifically excluded under the policy. Now, that's their position right now. What I can tell you is that there have been at least a dozen lawsuits filed across the United States to try to get the insurance companies to pay. And at some point, those are going to be finally adjudicated. Once those are finally adjudicated, we will be able to tell you for sure whether or not you have coverage under your policy. So in the meantime, what can you do? Well, you can do a couple things. One is if you think that your business has been impacted by the COVID-19 outbreak, file a claim with your insurance company. There is not a downside to doing that. And filing in your insurance policy requires you to make a claim in a timely manner. So doing that sooner rather than later, even if you don't know the full amount of the claim at this point, is a wise course of action. The other thing you can do is to document how the COVID-19 virus has impacted you. I would start doing that right now. So that you can see exactly the impacts that are happening. So if you have a store and it's near a large office building, and because that the office building is closed, you have a reduction in your foot traffic, document that. If you're a processor and you can't get a hold of supplies, you can't get the jars that you used to use to distribute your product, or you can't get the packaging that you need to get your product out to the stores. All of those things are important to document. So don't think about just how it's impacted the day-to-day sales of your business, but it may also have impacted your suppliers upstream. And drawing a direct line between what the suppliers are experiencing and your business is going to be critical. So document those things. Those are going to be important. Those facts are going to be important regardless of whether or not you file a business interruption claim and you're able to collect, or if down the road you want to get some money from the federal government. I'm sure they're going to be making more low interest loans or grants available to companies as this pandemic continues to play out. So that's going to be important documentation for you. So thank you for spending a few minutes with me here. I wish I had a more definitive answer for you. Stay tuned to figure out whether or not you have coverage, and please stay safe.